Number 4, Russell Finlay.
Thank you. To ask the Scottish Government what its position is on the introduction of road traffic congestion charging schemes.
Cabinet Secretary Mary McCann.
The Transport Scotland Act of 2001 established the discretionary power for local authorities to implement road user charging schemes on the basis that they are best placed to determine whether a scheme supports objectives in their local transport strategy. We welcome local authorities' commitment to local measures which support delivery of a 20% reduction in car kilometres, including City of Edinburgh and Glasgow City Council's commitment to a 30% car kilometre reduction. So we will work with local authorities to support equitable measures, encouraging active travel and greater investment in public transport for a fair and greener transport system.
Russell Finlay.
We know that SNP councillors are plotting a congestion charge which will hammer hard-working people who need their cars to do their jobs. Many have already been penalised by the punitive LEZ scheme, which has also hit shops and nightlife. And the City's Chamber of Commerce is clear this is only happening because SNP ministers are cutting cash to councils. So will the money taken from the pockets of motorists for any congestion charge be used to urgently repair dangerous roads and invest in public transport?
Cabinet Secretary.
Presiding Officer, Russell Finlay's characterisation of the opportunity for reduced congestion, greater air quality and more space for walking, wheeling and cycling is quite extraordinary and inflammatory, I would suggest. As I set out in my initial answer, the powers for introducing road user charging schemes, they already rest with local authorities. They have done since 2001. But as I said, I do welcome encouraging signs from both Glasgow and Edinburgh City Councils that they are committed to car kilometre reduction because of those opportunities that it creates that I narrated at the beginning of my answer for better spaces to live, work and spend time.
And supplementary, Willie Rennie.
The Minister should look more closely at what the Deputy Leader of the SNP in Glasgow has said. He's made it very clear that this is about raising money from people who live in areas outside Glasgow rather than trying to tackle congestion. Is that the best way to try and take people with us when we're trying to tackle climate change?
Cabinet Secretary.
Presiding Officer, just on the specifics of that point, I in response to a written answer from Pauline McNeill just the other day, I understand it will have landed with her. I was clear that the Scottish Government has had discussions with Glasgow City Council in the context of those local measures to support delivery of a 20% car kilometre reduction. But the Scottish Government has not had discussions with the Council regarding any specific congestion charging schemes, including charging drivers not resident in Glasgow. Councils are accountable to their local communities and have the ability to decide whether they should implement measures such as local congestion charging or not.